Sometimes you just have to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Now, I don't mean anyhow type of uncomfortable situation, but the ones I mean is the ones that are likely to shape you to become a man who is likely to prepare for a battle. Like most of you, you're not raised up in uncomfortable situations. Most of you are not raised in poverty, a criminal neighborhood. Some of you have it easy going and probably a middle class life. Now, I don't want you to find what I'm saying as insulting, but if you do, I didn't mean to, okay? I'll use an example to be able to pass my info to you guys. Even I myself was not raised in poverty, but the neighborhood I was staying, or I am staying right now currently, is a very crazy one. Even though I'm being raised by a single mom, I don't let my environment or my circumstances tend to get to me, because if I'm not careful, I'll be so indulged in my circumstances that it will make me now become a victim to them. Now, when I say uncomfortable situation, I don't mean that of your environment, because some of you guys will be like, well, is my environment not uncomfortable enough? Is it building you to become the man that you see yourself becoming? No. So of course not, your environment is not comfortable enough. So when I say put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, your environment, yes, is uncomfortable, but it does not grow you, does not build you. Put yourself in a one that's going to grow you, build you, and make you better. Now, when I'm referring to uncomfortable situations, I'm not referring to as something grand or something negative, because most of you guys will be like, okay, are you saying I should go to a dangerous area than my own? No, it can be as little as approaching a girl. It can be as little as starting a small scale business or that big business that's in your head. It might be as little as meeting your boss asking you for a raise. It might be as little as saying no more because you don't want to, you know, displease yourself to please others. I know that some of you guys will think that uncomfortable situation is one grand thing that I'm referring to, but it's not. It's something just small as the things I just mentioned. Even something small as going for skydiving. It's uncomfortable. Going to the, well, I don't know which country is that, China bridge that's made of glass. Going there is very uncomfortable. Even in our everyday life, there are things that we want to do that is very, very uncomfortable. That we might think that people will see us as crazy or unideal. There are a lot of uncomfortable things that is in our day-to-day life that we tend to either avoid or tend not to do at all. Like approaching that particular co-worker that you find attractive, probably asking your boss for a tea sometime. Like I cannot go on and on trying to give you those particular things. I'm even trying to crack my brain. But there are a lot of things on a day-to-day basis that are very, very uncomfortable. That when we put ourselves to do them, we find that it is not really that uncomfortable. It's only our mind limiting us from seeing what is in that beyond. If you put most people, sit them down and ask them why they're not putting themselves in situations that are uncomfortable that will grow them and make them better, they will give you the silliest excuse that they can make up of. And I don't really blame them. Okay, I don't really blame them. It's a normal thing, a normal tendency for humans. But those your excuses are only limiting you from seeing what is possible or from seeing what is that. Let me just say your excuses are limiting you from reaching your highest potential. One thing that I've learned from putting myself in an uncomfortable situation is it has helped me to see that there are things that I can do without letting the fear of the unknown overpower me or overshadow me. That also lets me to see what is possible. It has also helped me to understand that not every action will be rewarded. Then the action itself is rewarding. It has also helped me to understand that I don't have to let myself be tied by what other people think about me. I do what I want to do. If I feel I need to do it, I do it. And It has also helped me to understand that even though I take a particular action or a particular step, and that step is a wrong step, just because I took that step and it does not go well, doesn't make it wrong. It's just that at that point in time, it was the right step at the wrong time. Because of how much I put myself in uncomfortable situations, it made me to begin to see myself as a sleeping beast. In the sense that if I say that, okay, there's a particular uncomfortable situation that is in front of me, if I say I want to do it, I do it. I don't even think. At this point, I began to notice that these days, for me personally, right, I compliment people every single time, every single day. Yes, every single day. If I see that your perfume they are putting on is very nice, I will let you know. And this was unlike me 4 months back. At this point, I'm planning to put myself in an uncomfortable situation, and that situation of complimenting people, telling people this is nice, that is nice, I like what you're doing, is uncomfortable to me. But I keep on facing them and putting myself there. I think what causes others to not be able to face their uncomfortable situation is because they are tied to the thinking of what others might think of them. You see, right? I'm not trying to motivate you or trying to boost you or energize you, okay? But what I want you to understand is that everyone and every person has their own problems. What they think about you is their own business. The fact is that they cannot open it up to you. They cannot even let you know. So it is best for you to just do you and be yourself. If they find your action as intimidating, it's on them. If they find your action as charming, it's on them. If they find your action as unideal, unintelligent, intelligent, smart, unsmart, it's still on them. You don't have to put yourself in a situation to become a performer of performing a certain way or a certain character, because that's what most people do. Because they are so scared, not I won't say scared, but because they are so worried of what others will think of them, they try to act a certain way so that that other person or their family member or their friends will not see them a certain way. You see, right? I'm not saying that you should not please others, but don't do it at the expense of disregarding your own true identity. At first, it might be the little things. The first time you displease yourself to please others, the more you keep on doing it, the more you keep on doing it, the more you keep on losing your true self, the more you keep on getting further and further away from what is true to you. And that is where this phrase comes in, people pleaser. You begin to please people for their validation, for their confirmation, not knowing that you can still be that same person that person wants you to be, and the person will still complain. That's the reason I made this one particular phrase each time I want to do something that is not true to me. And the phrase goes like this: I rather be myself and get rejected than not be myself and still get rejected. Because I have seen that there are lengths you can go for a particular person just to please them, just for their validation, and still get stabbed at the back and still get rejected. And the worst part is that you are not even being you. You're not even being real with that person. You're not showing that person the true you. You're showing that person a camouflage of you just to please that person, only to end up getting rejected. You see, right? Your current life or your current situation might not be uncomfortable enough to get to that level of success that you want to attain. You see, right? Success will take a lot from you, and it will put you in uncomfortable situations whether you like it or not. And it's your choice, or let me just say, it's your responsibility to be able to decide if you're going to let the uncomfortable situation break you or mold you into becoming someone that is better, stronger, smarter, and capable of living the life that he wants for him or herself. There is a particular phrase that I love to use whenever I want to improve myself, which is put yourself in situations that you want to improve, and naturally uncomfortable situations will come to you. Let's take for example, you want to improve your body, right? Now the uncomfortable situation about improving your body is going to the gym not as early as possible, for going to the gym, being on diet, having willpower to be able to resist junk food, being disciplined to be able to resist junk food. You have to suffer at the gym. You have to do a lot of things. You have to burn out calories. That's the uncomfortable situation I'm referring to. Or let me just say is you want to have a girlfriend. Now you have to learn how to talk with girls. You have to put yourself out there in the dating world. You have to learn how to be rejected by girls. These are uncomfortable situations. The thing is this, right? You are not even finding uncomfortable situation. You are finding ways to improve yourself. But guess what? You improving yourself comes with uncomfortable situations. Like me, for example, I prefer making my own video. I don't like faceless content. I don't like AI type of content. I prefer sitting down, talking to the camera, and just being authentic and being myself. But at the same time, it comes with me writing the script, editing the video, managing my social media account, creating my shorts. All these are uncomfortable situations. So you see, uncomfortable situations only shape you to become a better person. When you choose to improve, your improvements drags in uncomfortable situations, and how you are able to manage that uncomfortable situation is what will shape you to become better. Even something as little as holding a meeting in your company, that itself is an uncomfortable situation because now you have to know how to communicate your words in a very particular manner that your employees or your fellow co-workers will be able to respect your words and be able to take in what you are saying and put it into practice. Even something as little as reading, meditating, saving money, all these are uncomfortable situations because it is something that you have not done before, or let me just say, it's something that you're not actually used to. So you now starting them is uncomfortable for you. You now sitting down and meditating for 10 minutes, 15 minutes might be boring to you. You now sitting down to read a book, a non-fiction book, for 10 minutes, for 30 minutes a day might be boring for you. You saving money, 10% of your income every single month or every single week or every single day might be you feel like as if you are depriving yourself from flexing or enjoyment, but it's not. And I think that the only part or the only reason we get into uncomfortable situation is when we want to do something that we're not used to, or want to learn something that we don't know before, or want to improve a certain area in our life. You see, when I say uncomfortable situation, I'm not referring to something dangerous, as you trying to face a lion or something crazy and dangerous. No. It might even be something as just facing your fears, whatever you're scared about, probably approaching girls, like I said before, meeting your boss, meeting that particular co-worker, complimenting people on your way to work. Those things are uncomfortable. And if you think fear is something that you are dealing with, or let me just say you think it has power over you, I'm going to say a statement to you that's going to have or make fear lose its power over you. And the full meaning of fear, of which I learned in the past, is false experience appearing real. I learned this full meaning of fear when I was a dishwasher at one particular company when I was 17 years old. Then I was already used to taking risk and putting myself in uncomfortable situations. I was already used to understanding that for me to grow, I have to take risk. But at some point I was stuck. Why? Because my fear was keeping me stuck. My fear was blinding my eyes. When I learned this narrative about fear, I was able to understand that fear is just a false experience appearing real, and it's only in my head. Understanding this narrative helped me to see that okay, yes, fear is not a real thing, and it's beginning to lose its power over me. And this kind of mentality that some people have, they fear the results, they fear the outcome, they fear what is it that the action will bring, or the result the action will bring. Well, you have to understand that the future is uncertain. You cannot control that. The only thing you can control are the present. Uncomfortable situations are the other thing that will make you to become a better person that you are aspiring to be. You cannot grow without struggle. I don't know which particular, I don't know if it's gold or silver or iron, but they have to pass through the fire to become what they are. Well, I guess it's diamond. They have to pass through the fire to become what they are. So for you to see that diamond in you or that precious gem in you, you have to pass through that same fire. Uncomfortable situation is what makes you to value yourself, have self-respect for yourself, and have an identity. Imagine your life without no struggle. You'll be complacent. You have no respect or you have no value for the things that you have. Why? Because you didn't struggle to have them. So struggle is a very important part of human life because that is where evolving comes. You become a boy to a man. Thank you for giving me your time, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.